to be a
Shotzi
problem.
Blackheart representing for the women and doing big things. And we're going to continue on that flow because the next bump on the radar, gentlemen, is the PWI. They have just released the 100 women wrestlers of this year, right? Is it of this year?
Of this year. Yeah, the last year.
Yep.
We're going to cover all 100 women, starting with 100, starting now. So number 100
was... I didn't sign the
What? We got a little secret. But we can't tell nobody, all right? JJ is spilling the beans out here, and she's talking about our Patreon page.
Oh!
Our Patreon page. We haven't even released our Patreon page. It's coming, baby, and it's going to be dope as shit. And if you even check it out, you go to patreon.com/HPC2Sweet. You already see, we got like 10 things up there, dog. Come check us out. We got mad stuff. It's going to be behind the scenes. It's going to be a whole new show called Grapple Theater. Yo, we weren't even ready to plug it, but I'm plugging it because it's being plugged. So we plugging that shit, baby.
You can't control what happens. Things like this happens, you know? And you know what? When you in VIP member like that, you know the inside. So you know the scoop already ahead of time. So fill us in, hit us up. We'll clue you in on how to become a member and all of that. Stay tuned, stay subscribed, keep showing the love. Thank you all for the love. We appreciate it. And we're gonna move on with this PWI list, man, because I at least want to cover the top 10 because I'm a little upset.
Okay. I'm a little upset. Why are you upset, yo? What's wrong?
So I missed breakfast this morning because like I was, rushing and shit, and I woke up late, and it was kind of whack. But that's mostly why. But then I saw this PWI, and I'm like, yo, these top 10s are all right. They're all right. But some women need to be moved up on this list, man.
Yeah, definitely. I was a bit confused because unfortunately, a lot of these names in the top 10 are some people that we haven't seen in a minute, right?
Yeah.
And quarantine, pandemic has been around it's been over 7 months at this point. And there's some of these names that we haven't really seen too much of recently. And it's not a what have you done for me lately business, right?
Right.
But if you're talking about best wrestling of the year, I mean, I do trust the PWI with the way the criteria they do follow. I mean, they definitely look into the amount of matches, the win-loss records, the ratings of each of the matches, the difficulty based on, like they look at the title reigns. They take all those things into account. But it was interesting. What does it say about the women's ranking, right? There are some women that are just superior. There's some athletes that are really they can do no wrong. They could wrestle maybe twice in a year and still be top 10.
Facts.
That's true.
And I don't know how much, if it was this year's stuff, because you're right. A lot of them I haven't seen much. There shouldn't be a reason why Hikaru Shida is in this top 10 for this year.
Even Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch for the last 6 months.
Yeah.
So
she's on its
it's the year. It's the year, but I would
probably based on.
I would say this year wasn't her greatest reign, right? It was last year. So, and even Charlotte Flair. When's the last time? I mean, listen, Charlotte Flair has done a lot. She needed a break. But how many times has she wrestled this year? I feel like I haven't seen her wrestle since last year.
Yeah, so I think we're gonna have to open up the playing field on this. Let me just go
Blanchard.
Let's go through this top 10 that they have, and then let's rework ours, man.
Before we get to the top 10, there are some names I scattered throughout this list that I'm really happy to see here, right? Like
absolutely.
The bat, number 100, right? Max the Impaler. She's been killing it lately. That I love the Viking gimmick, right? That badass like murderer Impaler gimmick that she has going on. That shit is fire.
Dope.
Marty Bell at number 6.
Yes.
6, right?
Dímelo. Marty Inwood
on NWA. Dope to see her. Damn, what's her name?
Faye Jackson. Good to see Faye Jackson on this list.
41.
Jackson on the list.
Yes.
Top 50. We made it, Faye.
Trisha Dora with the
Vicky
best
Langston
name for a finisher. It's called the Lariat Tubman. And
oh my God,
let me tell you, it's amazing. Liv Morgan at number 84. I was surprised that they'd even put her on this list at all, especially when Killer Kelly is number 89. So I was kind of like,
yo, shout out to Killer Kelly and Sienna having a banger this weekend's Bloodsport. Oof, we went to that last year. Remember, we were live there last year.
Damn, I'm upset it was in.
They definitely put on a banger, man.
Yeah, man. JJ just mentioned that like there was not a lot of black women on that list, and I'd actually argue that there were some. They just happened to be ranked at the tail end.
That's true.
If you look at like Naomi's 63, right? I just mentioned Trisha Dora. Tasha Steeles is 67.
Yeah, Jackson, saw that.
Right? Wow. Sonia Darling 72.
Kira Hogan's on it as well.
Kira Hogan. She was ranked a little
higher.
Higher.
She's above Tasha.
Yep.
Damn, I just saw Kira Hogan. Where'd she go? Oh, 60. Yeah. She was ranked 60. So it seems like the back end is a lot heavier. Like Holiday, right? Marty Bell, we mentioned her before. So that's kind of disappointing. Big Swole at number 39, though. I was like, that's nice. That's a nice little spot for her. Although I thought maybe I can go a little higher than that. But Deonna Purrazzo at 30.
Yo.
That's a crime. That's a crime.
Yeah.
But remember, she's produced in the later end of the year. So that's the thing, right? Because you think of a year between this year, right now where we at, and last year in October. So it's a problem. But Bianca Belair's on this list. I don't know if you guys
23. She's at 23, which is dope. I just saw Faye Jackson, right? It was Faye Jackson.
Yeah, Faye Jackson.
41, Nicole Savoy at 40, and Big Swole at 39. So it was like Big Swole, Little Swole, and then Bigger Swole. Willow was on there.
How about one name?
Willow and Solo were on there. I know Solo was 70-something. I forgot Willow where she was at, but Willow Nightingale.
How was Britt Baker on this list?
For having a broken leg.
You know who's not on this list?
Thunder Rosa on this list.
Yo,
14. Thunder Rosa, little mío, mi gente.
Yo,
and she should be higher, I would argue, because she's put in work in multiple promotions this year.
I'll give you the first.
Work at multiple promotions.
I'll give you the first flaw.
And she fought MMA.
Woo!
Yes. What's the first flaw? She did. Yes. Oh, not Tessa Blanchard. Tennille Dashwood is not on this list.
At all?
Yeah,
at all.
Well, wait, yo, hold on. Tennille, what has she done?
She just came back.
But okay, she just came back.
She was working ROH. She was in ROH when her thing.
What about you doing? What about
nobody was watching, but she was there.
Damn.
What about you know who I don't see on this list? Kairi Sane.
Yeah, she's on the list.
Kairi has to be on there.
Yeah, you cross out, bitch. It's on the list.
She's on the list?
Yeah. Shouty also on the list. Holla.
Kairi Sane's right on top of Britt Baker.
She's 21.
Hey, okay. That's what I heard. Listen,
Addison
let's
K.
get to this top 10.
Word.
And we look at this list, right? The first 5 on the list are all WWE people.
I'm good with the first 4.
4 of which are the 4 Horsewomen.
I'm actually good with 5. I'm good with the 5.
4 out of 5, yeah.
I'm good with 5.
I don't know if I'm comfortable just starting off with those top 5 that way.
Who you gotta argue me who's better.
Yeah.
You don't know English very well. I said that way.
Oh, that way.
So Asuka, I believe, deserves a higher ranking than 3 on that list. I also, to JP's point, don't think that Becky Lynch really participated much of the tail end of this year.
Yeah.
So while she deserves top 5 billing,
she should have been 5.
I give Asuka at least at 2. I don't know if I'll put Bayley at number 1 because Bayley hasn't been booked all that well up until recently.
That's why I will put Asuka number 1. I put Asuka number 1, and then I put Bayley number 2, and then Sasha number 3.
Facts.
What you guys need to also take into account, though, is that
I'm sorry.
Sasha's been hurt a lot.
Finish, JP. Finish that thought.
You have to take into account is that You know, we remember what we just recently have seen. And I would argue that out of the top 5, the most consistently booked has been Bayley. The most consistent in the main event picture has been Bayley. Yes, Asuka is dope, and I agree she definitely maybe should be at higher regard. But ever since she left NXT, what has she really done? They don't know how to utilize her, yo. Like, she was the greatest, she had the greatest women's reign in NXT.
Yeah, if you look at it like that in story, yes, you're right. You're right. I was thinking more of the matches.
Asuka though?
Asuka, right?
Yeah, I'm talking about Asuka.
Bayley, I'm thinking because of her matches and the work she's had to put in. Like, she's been there doing it during the pandemic.
As far as the last year or so, Asuka's been alright. Yo, Asuka was just tag champ for a minute.
I didn't say she's been bad. I'm just saying, what has she brought to the table?
I just think her grind. I think her grind. Her grind. She's the one. She was the one in the main event picture most of this time, while everybody was out, and then
while all
they
4
put the belt on her a couple times.
We're in and out of the picture.
Yeah, she helped. She's the go-to.
It's consistent.
But unfortunately, she's been used as a transitional champ in every account.
Here's this though. Here's this.
So she's number 3.
I'm gonna retract what I said. And I'm gonna put Asuka at number 1 still. But then I'm gonna put Charlotte at number 2, and then Bayley number 3, and then Sasha number 4. Why Charlotte? She in this past year alone held it down for WrestleMania, and let's not forget she went back to NXT and held it down over there.
That shit up.
She did a fucking thing, and she was the workhorse right before Asuka took over the reins.
I would argue if Charlotte didn't go on her break, I would have put her at number 1.
Yeah, because she'd still be doing it. I think
probably
if she didn't go on her break. She would have. I'm telling, because every match she put on was great, man, and she's been on fire. Yeah. So I would argue that, but I understand why they placed her in that position. The one thing is, it's interesting. Like Misha said, you're seeing a lot of WWE women, but it's the one brand that really puts more women on. Like, you're seeing it more than any other promotion by the simple fact that they have multiple brands, right? So that's why people are seeing them more. But at the same time, these women can go. Out of these 5 wrestlers, like, they can go. There's no argument at their competency, at their abilities in the ring, at their abilities of being in the main event picture. So I don't have a problem with it.
And Tessa Blanchard, we can go on forever with those 5. But yes, let's talk about it, because now that we passed number 5, let's go into number 6. You like Tessa? You mentioned Tessa. Would she be your number 6?
She wouldn't be my number 6.
No,
because what has she done for the second half of the year? And I know we're in a pandemic, and certain people are maybe cannot participate, but that's not the reason she's not working right now, right? She decided to leave the company, and she's kind of in limbo. So we don't know what the next move is gonna be.
The background the background check ain't too green light. So I feel you on that.
She's in the top 10 because she is still the first woman to be
big thing.
Impact World Heavyweight Champion. So that's why she's in the top 10, and that's why it's deserving. I just don't know if I'll put her at 6.
How you feel about her
on top of Io Shirai?
World champion Tessa. All right, world champion Tessa. Crazy.
Former world champion.
World champion. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, she never lost the belt, right?
Yeah, she got stripped on the title.
She got stripped. That's different. All right.
Hey.
Sami Zayn got stripped, and look at what just happened. They had to have a match to settle it.
Yeah, who won it?
There is equity in what Tessa did. She will always be known as a world champion if she really wants to push that.
And never lost it.
Tessa Blanchard, though, seems to be a grade A piece of shit. So I don't even know if I care.
Right.
That part.
The history gets her on the list.
Right.
I think the attitude decides where she goes on the list. So the attitude can makes her a 7 to me. I go with Io Shirai at 6.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, I would put Io at 6.
And then I go with Tessa. But I'd go a little bit deeper into the top 15s, and I'll grab Jordan Grace and I'll put her at number 8.
Yes.
Okay.
So Jordan Grace has to be. She carried that brand after Tessa. I mean, like, and another name that deserves some respect is Taya Valkyrie. Like, she's at 17.
Okay.
I don't know if I'd put her in the top 10, but shit, if she's 11 to 12, it wouldn't be a surprise at the end of us and our little shuffle.
Yeah.
You know what it is? You know what it is? I think for Taya, she's running her course in Impact.
That's what now.
Yeah, that's she's done everything she could do. So that's why the Taylor end of the year hasn't been that great for her, right? Yeah. I did not. That's the main. Everybody who's in the main event pictures, you've seen her against them already. So I think that's what's her Taya. But I agree, she's definitely, when it comes to being a talent, she definitely should be a higher consideration. And once again, Thunder Rosa should be top 10.
That's my number 9.
Like, so Thunder Rosa's not 9. She's 10 for sure.
Okay, 10. It's
9 or
hard
10.
for me.
I'm cool with either.
Listen,
as long as she's on the top 10.
Listen, I feel like when it comes to this, I always have to look at the Ric Flair Scott idea, right? The Ric Flair rubric, right? Where you go to multiple promotions and you can put on a show. And Thunder Rosa, that's what she does.
Yeah.
Look at the work she's done in NWA. Look at the work she's done in AEW, AEW Dark, like her own wrestling promotion. She fought an MMA match this year, by the way, guys. Like,
yes, she did.
Come on,
I forgot about that. Yes.
And the thing is, once again, is exposure. Like I'm telling you, the more people get to see her, the more she's gonna explode, bro.
Yo,
because she's clean in the ring.
As impressive as the MMA has been for her, for me to see her, everything, she's got her own wrestling promotion, right? Something that doesn't get spoken about enough. She's been booked very, very well.
Very well.
Very well. Since she kind of like reappeared in NWA and like started kind of this wave that she's been riding since.
She was in WoW, Lucha Underground.
But yeah. No doubt. She was in WoW. She was in Lucha. But that run, like starting with that run in NWA, like up until now, like that shit's been serious. And the way she just did at AEW, oof, c'est magnifique. Right?
Yes.
Terrific.
Yes.
So Thunder Rosa, if she's not 9, she's 10. She's got to be in the top 10.
I'll tell you this much. Thunder Rosa next year may be cracking that top 5. I'll tell you that much.
Okay.
Because as Mr. just said, the jetpack's on her back now being AEW.
Yeah. I hear that.
Because the one complaint we have about AEW all the time is the women's division, right? Thunder Rosa came to save the day.
Yo,
she came and she put that Nova on it.
We got a good show with her when she did that. That was probably one of the top moments that I remember for the women's division in AEW.
We haven't mentioned, so we've mentioned women in every big company except AEW, right? Mm-hmm. We got was Thunder Rosa, and I wouldn't call Thunder Rosa.
But can you though? Can you? Because I got 2 names that I can't get an AEW woman wrestler name to put above these two NXT women wrestler names.
Okay. Britt Baker?
Britt. I like Britt's character. I love what she did this week, with Shivani. That shit was money.
Yeah.
She's gotten better. She's gotten so much better with that shit. And but I still have Rhea Ripley and Shayna Baszler to put on this list.
Top 10?
Yeah.
Top 10. I don't know about top 10. And you know why? Shayna Baszler last year. But Shayna, I can't blame Baszler. It's the booking. It's the booking.
Yes.
But the NXT run, of course. But the booking, unfortunately, has not. She's one of those wrestlers that has not had a phenomenal debut on the main card. I mean, she is a tag team champ. Let's not take that away. She is a tag team champ. But the better is yet to come for her.
The one problem that I do have with everybody else, nobody else on this list main evented a WrestleMania. And Rhea Ripley did that. Main evented with Charlotte. And a banging storyline too.
But remember, unfortunately, this WrestleMania is with an asterisk.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, unfortunately, and the annals of history.
Get what you get.
It will
in the what?
In the annals.
In history's what?
Not the annals, the annals of history.
Al otro que le gusta
Yo,
por atrás.
JJ said we're not talking about Nyla Rose. And yes, Nyla Rose is on this list. Absolutely. And you know what? Unfortunately, great performer. She has a great manager in Vicky Guerrero, another Shooting Ish alumni. But she hasn't had nobody to compete against.
I haven't seen much from Nyla, yo.
Unfortunately,
I'll give you this.
Haven't been showcasing
Nyla,
her.
I don't know why.
Because who they're gonna put up against? They have no storylines until Thunder gets up there.
That's the thing, right? That Nyla, she came out so aggressive that it really made the women's division look weird.
Yeah.
Because there was no woman there to match up with her. And you just said, Thunder Rosa is that woman that can match up with her. Aggressiveness and violence, right? I think girls like Diamante and Ivelisse can match up with it, but they haven't been showcased in that way. I think that all the other female talents are like, with the exception of maybe like Big Swole, perhaps, like they're not gonna meet her head to head, and I think that's where Nyla thrives. I don't think Nyla will look great, and I don't think she has necessarily looked great unless she's dominating smaller opponents. So for her to look great,
I see that.
She needs like a big head to butt against, or it's just gonna be her ripping people apart. And that's
I will tell you this
issue.
I will tell you this though, Nyla. I maybe we've not seen the best, but we've definitely seen the most from her. So I would put her on the top 10 before I put Hikaru Shida. If we have to put an AEW one in there, if we have to put somebody from AEW, I'm putting.
We don't
her
gotta do shit. We don't gotta put nobody up there.
Yo, Shida's good though, bro. You gotta put some respect on her name. She's good. She's better.
Why? Because she's the only one that's good there.
Bro, in my opinion, I would pick Shida over Riho any day. I can't take Riho serious.
Well, maybe maybe I'll put Nyla instead of Riho.
Yeah,
that's fair.
I could do that. I could do that and keep Hikaru in there.
And unfortunately, with Shida, like, I think it comes back to, once again, not having somebody to put her up against. There's been a lack of quality booking when it comes to the women. There's no storylines to follow. I mean, why they dragged out Britt Baker? Because she has a dentist. That's what they say. She's a dentist every other line because they have nothing else to hang on.
Britt's getting entertained.
I'll tell you a name.
It's bad.
A name that could have been up there but got hurt was Chris Statlander.
Yes, I can see that.
Statlander would have been the name that could have been in that contention because she got hot quick. She was always like an indie star. In fact, I believe she was Independent Wrestling's TV champion, right? Yeah, buddy.
Yes.
A title that Orange Cassidy and the Warhorse had. So she's a badass. Like
nobody, dickhead.
Facts.
Where's Casey at? Is Casey on here?
Casey? Oh, Casey? I don't know. I don't.
Casey Couture got to be top 25 after that fucking death match she had last year.
Not sure where she is on the list.
Nah,
yeah, but you know what's another name that from AEW that definitely will have a higher ranking next year? Kylie Ray.
Kylie Ray.
Yeah, what are we looking forward to next year's list? Like who's gonna be at the top of this list next year? I'm hoping somebody.
Bianca Belair is gonna be at a higher point.
Who's moving up? Who's moving up?
Bianca Belair.
Who's moving up? I could
definitely tell. Definitely top 15.
Marty Bell is getting up out of that spot right now. I'm telling you. Immediately as I finish the sentence, she's already boosted up 5 points.
Sienna, Allison Kay for sure. Because you have Thunder in there already, you're gonna get Sienna in AEW soon. And Marty Bell will follow. Dakota Kai should be higher on that list next year.
Two names Alexa Bliss on this list.
Alexa Bliss.
Oh, maybe some Alexa on this list.
With the spin angle.
The thing is, right, like when if you're at a certain level in WWE, you kind of like plateau, and I feel like Alexa Bliss is plateaued. I'm not saying she's not good. I'm just saying I don't see her really making big jumps on this list. I see hungrier girls jumping over her.
Yeah. Hot take.
You feel me? So like I think
Tony Storm
is somebody that's gonna make big strides on this list. Penelope Ford is gonna be a girl.
Yes.
She's gonna make big strides on this list. I really see that.
Ember Moon.
Both of them.
Ember Moon.
I don't see Scarlett on here, but she'll be on here.
She's not a wrestler.
Shotzi Blackheart will be top 15 for sure next year. Shotzi Blackheart.
Okay.
Shotzi Blackheart's a name.
I see gold on her shoulder soon.
Yeah, I want to see Shotzi in the top 20. I want to see Liv in the top 20.
Just imagine the NXT Women's Champion coming down in a tank, bro. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. It writes itself, folks. It writes itself.
I think Britt Baker will probably break that 15, even possibly like top 10.
God help her.
Tasha Steelz, yo. Don't sleep on Tasha Steelz, because Tasha Steelz got some big things coming, man. She's been working hard on Impact and AEW and NWA, yo.
Fact.
She's been working her ass off.
One.
Yeah.
Kiera Hogan is definitely another name that should. Her and Diamante, they were tag team champions in WoW. They're partners in life. And if she gets to AEW, is a wrap, because Diamante can go as well.
Who's gonna be?
Shout out to Cuba.
Hey. Who's gonna be the lowest ranked 4 horsewoman next year? Right now it's Sasha Banks.
Becky Lynch.
Not after Helen Lynch.
Becky, yeah.
It's got to be Becky.
She's not
Becky.
around.
All right.
Unless
active?
one of them
you want to see active?
Active.
Because it'll probably be Bayley, because when Charlotte comes back, she already surpasses her. It's gonna be Bayley. Sasha's she's going over big on Hell in a Cell.
Sasha.
Yeah, she's going over big. Yeah.
Yo, don't sleep on Sasha being number 1 next year. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
My fear about Sasha is that she gets hurt, bro.
Yeah.
She gets hurt. Like, she's so good, and I love, like, especially recently, this feud with Bayley is exactly what you and I and all of us watching wrestling have done our entire lives, right? Like, we picked a friend and we were like, yo, we're going to run a storyline, or we're going to fight at WrestleMania for the title, and and like, we're going to have this and that storyline, and this is going to be our angles. That's exactly what Sasha and Bayley feel like right now. That it feels like they've been planning this wedding their entire lives. That's what I feel like. So it's just, though, the comfortability they both have in their respective roles is wild to me, considering how choppy they used to be. I thought Bayley's like promos were so rough, and she's gotten so comfortable. Right?
Oh, absolutely.
Same thing with Banks. I always thought Banks was kind of cheesy, but lately she's been on fire. And this back and forth with Bayley, I think just feuding with Bayley is really opening them both up.
Yeah, they brought it back.
I think the E finally realized that the best way to ensure sustainability in Sasha Banks is to put the strap on her. The champion don't get hurt.
To do what?
Put the strap on her. To put the strap on her.
What are you, 50 Cent? What do you mean?
Give her the gold.
One thing's for sure is
the champion's protected. You know what I'm saying? She's been getting hurt when she chases.
Yeah.
That's when she gets hurt. When she's the champion, she's healthy.
And she loses the next day after becoming a champ.
Whose fault is that?
And she never successfully defends the championship on her first title defense.
Never.
So that's always her thing. We'll see what happens with this run. So one thing's for sure, there's a lot of talent that we see should be ranked higher, yes, but we expect that will change in the next coming year. Gentlemen, it is now time.
Before you move forward, Vic the Villain, we must say how damn proud and how damn awesome it is to have the PWI, this list of female wrestlers, man. We're seeing amazing wrestling happening from females. There's so many women performers out there that are doing work, and I can't wait till they get their shine. Congratulations to all the ladies that have been on this list, and I'm looking forward to what next year brings, because everybody on this list definitely deserves their spot, and all we can hope for is more spotlight to each of those individual performers. Because I can tell you right now, these women can put on a show. They can put on shows. We need to get Evolution 2 back. We need to get more promotions pushing women's wrestling.
An interpromotional Evolution pay-per-view would not be too shabby, might I add.